Ah, come on in. How y'all doing? Come on in. I know some of y'all might catch the replay because it's Mother's Day. Y'all doing y'all thing. Sometimes y'all mother. Uh, this is the first Mother's Day that I don't have my mom. But one thing I do know that my mom was proud of me of what I'm doing. So she told me to keep doing before she passed. She told me to keep doing what I'm doing. So I think she, smiling right now. Her son, the only son that doing something with his life. The youngest son, and the youngest son, the only one doing something with his life, positive, trying to do something positive. Yeah. Wrote a book, ministering and walking in my purpose. Um, so I know she proud of me. Me, but she told me to keep doing what I'm doing. Um, and I'm gonna talk about my mom before, because to this being Mother's Day, and I'm gonna tie that into my message. Part of the reason why I'm the man that I am today because my mom, I was raised by a good mother. And some of y'all might think I'm blaming women. I really don't care, but I'm just being real with y'all. Part of the reason, not the only reason, not the only reason. Some of got to do with father figures too, but part of the reason why a lot of men the way they are because you know some women, not all, some mothers spoil their child. Now, if you spoil your son, you're gonna get offended. So anybody get offended? I'm talking about them. And this is why I always tell people you could not spoil a man, even in relationships and dating. You could not spoil a man. Women who spoil men, you gotta keep a man on his toes because if a man gets spoiled, we get complacent. And the reason why I'm on the day because my mama didn't spoil me. My mama didn't, she hold me accountable. When I did wrong. Um, my mother was the backbone of the family. I mean, my dad, he was in the house. He died when I was 18. He passed when I was 18. So my dad was always there. But my dad wasn't the vocal one. He wasn't the one that made us go to church. He just laid back quiet. If we got an order, then he'll get on us. If my mom say something to him discipline, about discipline, then he'll intervene. But he just would lay back, introvert, quiet guy, don't say nothing. So he didn't really care if we go to church, but my mom made sure we go to church every Sunday. And everybody may not be religious. Everybody might be religious, and but I believe it helps out when you raise your child up, you know, in the fear of the Lord. You know, they may let the Bible say they may go astray, they may experience some things, but if it's in them, it's gonna come back to them. It's gonna come back to them. So I think that's part of the reason why I am the man I am today because I was made to go to church. At the time growing up, I was like, man, why we gotta go to church? So I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, and I'm gonna do a video about this here. I might even come back live later on, but I feel better, or maybe tomorrow about the culture that we live in. We live in an immoral culture. We live in immoral culture, man, and like I said, it's a shame I gotta argue with women about smoking weed. But I'm talking about that in another video. But that's the culture we live. We live in a culture that you gotta argue with women that are supposed to be classy, supposed to you know be the backbone of the family. But anyway, let me move on. So I was made to go to church, Sunday school. I was there, and my old school church, like you had to read a scripture in Sunday school, explain what you read. You had to read. I sung in the choir. My family, pretty much, I had my aunties and uncles and stuff, cousins that go to my church. It was like a family oriented church. My 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 grandmother had married a bishop. It was my dad mom. She married, a bishop, not my dad, but she married again to a bishop, Bishop Bennett. So he was my um, granddaddy. We didn't call him stepdaddy, we call him granddaddy. And I'm touched up in my message. And he was a man of integrity. He was a man that lived a holy life. And see, this is what I'm trying to tell people: the culture that we live in, you know, people want to use the Holy Bible, not the Bible, but the Holy Bible, and make wrong right, make wrong. And you got preachers using the Holy Bible, preaching that God did not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because men like a men lifestyle. This culture that we live in, this culture we live in, a immoral culture where preachers, young preachers, are preaching that God not destroy Sodom. But the old school preachers, now pick on one guy. The old school preachers, they had it wrong because they couldn't read the Bible. No, the old school preacher had it right. God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of two reasons. Two reasons. The first reason because they were not giving one another. They were not sharing. They were not helping to pour out. And the second reason is the Bible said they did the detestable sin. What is detestable sin? Men in man. We live in a society where people taking the holy, even pastor taking the holy Bible. But see, my granddaddy, he was boom, straightforward. So I grew up in that atmosphere of having I had that background, but that's why I came the man I am today. Because when you plant a seed inside your children while they're young, they may not understand it. See, my mama planted a seed in me, but I feel like preaching right now. My mama planted a seed in me by making me go to church, by making me sing in the choir. I didn't have no choice. Like these kids today, you want to go to church? No, I don't want to go and stay home. No, I was raised. You going to church two ways. You gonna go in the coffin or you gonna go in the car. Pick a two where you gonna go, but you going to church. Now some of y'all think, well, that's being so dogmatic, needy church. But guess what? This is why these kids are where they are right now. This is why a lot of people are not getting married right now. This is why the culture is so messed up right now. This is why we got a lot of single people right now because people have not been raised this way. And we say God been taken out of the school. We need to get God back in the school. No, God been taken out of the homes. God is taken out of the house. We need to get God back into the house. That's the problem right there. God is not in the house no more. And when you take God out of the house, guess who come in the house? The devil come in the house. You know what I'm saying? So my mama planted the seed in me. And again, at the time I didn't know what she was doing. I was like, man, I hated going to church. At times I made it fun, but because we used to go sneak out to church, do stuff. Me and my friends and cousins sneak out the back of the church, go to the store, get a hot sausage and pickle egg, ginger ale, chips, sneak back into church, you know what I'm saying? Eat, sneak back into church. You know, um, the church I came up in, the usher had a switch. Everybody had a switch. Usher had a switch. Deacon had a switch. My auntie, she had a switch. She was a choir director. And my auntie, y'all, she don't play. Aunt Ruthie, that, boy, that woman was a meaner than a diamondback rattlesnake. Aunt Ruthie did not play, boy. And she's gonna pick us up in a church van, and we couldn't even talk in the church van. We couldn't even talk. And one time she said, "I don't want to hear y'all breathe. Shut up." I said, "Dang, we gonna die back here." People started laughing. Who said that? Shut. I was like, "We gonna die. Breathe." I was always a clown growing up. Goofy. I was goofy growing up. I'm like, "Dang, auntie." So she got me with the switch. And my auntie was like, if she was the choir director. If you don't sing the right tune, she won't sing that song. And my sister, and one of my favorite songs was God Is. And that was my sister's song. She led that song. God is the joy in the strength of my life. He removes all pains in history. Promise go with him and we come back. I come before and I never turn back. Oh, God is. That was one of my favorite songs. And it still is today. Oh, God. God is my oh. But see, that's how I was brought up. And one thing about my mom hold me accountable. Even when I became a man, my mom didn't let me do what I want to do. Because if my mom would let me do what I want to do, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. I'll be just like these grown boys. I'll be a narcissist. And not the only reason. One of the reasons why we have a lot of narcissists in the world because of some women, not all, spoil their sons. Now, if I talk about you, don't get offended. Hey, say ouch, and then you gotta try to get some coaching, try to change that. Not the only reason, I'm not blaming women, but when a mama spoil her child and do not hold a child accountable, the child can grow up to be a narcissist. And that's one reason why we have a lot of men right now who do not like women. A lot of men right now who don't know how to treat a woman. When I say lead with love, men get mad, get in the comments, get their feelings. Because they feel entitled to women. But see, my mama hold me accountable, even when I was an adult, right? Y'all know me, I'm transparent. I don't mind sharing y'all my mistakes, the things I did in the past. You know, at one point in my life, I was a backslidden preacher. I backslidden, got into sin. And I was shaking up with my ex fiance, but separated from my ex-wife. We were going to separate, but we were still married. So I moved out with her. Then shaking up with me living together. If y'all might not be used to this type of church, holy that religious stuff. If you're not religious, you have to go with my ex fiance. So at one point I was messing around with both of them. I was messing around with both of them. You know, so my mama called me one day. You need to stop doing that. Stop doing no women like that. Stop going between two women. Make your mind up which one you're gonna be with. That's wrong. You hurting women when you do stuff like that right there. See what I'm saying? So she said that, you know what? I choose one woman and I stopped doing what I was doing. She didn't let me keep doing wrong and then gonna take up for me, you know, and then beg my ex-wife or my fiance to take me back. Oh, take my son. And see, that's why the man I am. My mama always held me accountable. When I was wrong, she let me know when I was wrong. And that's the thing that we have to understand. When you raising a son, you cannot spoil your son. You cannot overspoil your son. You overspoil your son, you're gonna grow up. You're gonna grow up with no accountability. You're gonna grow up. You're gonna dog out women. And I said it last night. One woman, type of woman I cannot stand. A woman who want a good man but you allow your son to dog out other women. I can't stand women like that right now. Gets on my nerve. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because of my mom, I am the man I am today. You know, when I graduated high school, my mom said you're gonna get a job and you're gonna pay the light bill. You're not gonna sit around here all day and don't work. You know, but nowadays I had a woman inbox me to my she want to get married. She got 26-year-old son in the house where he ain't working, but you want to get married. You want a husband. She got and listen to me now. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me my opinion. Cause she got mad because I told her before you get married, you need to get that grown son out your house. Cause what's gonna happen is when you bring your husband in that house, a man is not gonna like coming home every day and you got a grown man in the house ain't working. They gonna bump heads. Now you're gonna have to choose between your husband and your son. So I told her, you ain't think about no husband right now. You need to get your son out the house. I said, don't kick him out right there. I said, you got to make this uncomfortable. That's what my mama did me. She didn't throw me out on the street right away, but she was making this uncomfortable. You got a son, you got to stand on your own 2 feet. Time I needed some help, I go to my mom. And she at first, she was having me give me money, but she started saying, you got to be a man. You got to stand on your own 2 feet. I can't keep doing this. I can't get da, 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 da. At the time, I'm thinking about, man, she being hard on me. But as I got older and I realized she trying to teach me how to be a man. If my mom would have never hold back and kept giving me money, because she had money, my mom made good money. My mom was an RN, made good money. You know, money, bank, 401k, saving, all that there. So she had money, but she was trying to tell me, you have to start being a man, son. She started pulling back and making this uncomfortable. So when I was 26 years old, I think I was married and had about 2 or 3 jobs at 26 years old. This lady was telling me, you got this what people they want me to lie. They would tell them, oh girl, God gonna send you a man, girl. That truck God, no, your house is out of order. No man ain't gonna put up no grown behind son in the house, even a daughter. But it's even worse when you got a man in the house ain't working. No, you gotta get that. You gotta get that boy out your house. I told her you gotta make this uncomfortable, making this uncomfortable. But as long as you keep on feeding him and you sitting there, the grown behind man sitting in your house eat all the food up, he's not gonna get no job and leave. Mothers, you in the book of Proverbs, it talks about mothers. How the mothers giving advice to their sons. Yeah, the book of Proverbs is about sons. Women teaching their sons about what women to look out for. You know what I'm saying? Holding their sons accountable. And that's the thing that we got to realize. The reason why I'm the man I am today because of my upbringing, all that stuff that I grew up, going to church, singing in the choir, made to go to church. My mama planted a seed in me. If my mama would have been that type of woman that kept me in the church, if she would have been alcoholic, a weed head, like some folks that watch, a weed head mama, I'll be right now strung out on dope right now. Because again, planting seed. Generational curses. The sins of the parents fall on the kids. So if my mom was living a simple lifestyle, smoking a blunt, got about 5 men on top of her every day. Come on now. I'll be right now, strung out on dope right now, in jail somewhere. But my mama planted a seed of godliness and righteousness inside of me. She planted that seed in me. Now look what it done. The first author in my family, first one in my family to write a book. You know what I'm saying? First one in my family. Now my brother, he was raised the same way. But my brother, he got a weak mind. He got a weak mindset. See, the difference between me and my brother is I got a strong mind. My brother, his mind very weak. He very easy to get influenced to do wrong. So he let the world, his friends, influence him to do wrong. But me, I always had a strong mind. You know what I'm saying? So my brother, same thing. He know better. And you always gonna have that child, no matter what you do, how you raise them, they're gonna still grow up and do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So my mama she put that seed in me, a seed of righteousness in me. Now look what it's producing. Now look what it's done. Look what I'm doing. You know, I'm doing something positive, I'm doing something great in my life. You know, I ain't no drug, no weed. You know, when I was in the hospital, they asked me, y'all into drugs? No. Doctor like, well, you can be honest and say something. I don't do no drugs. He probably like, nah, really, you lying? Nothing. Not even weed. Nothing. No, nothing. You know, the only time I would drink if I go to Red Lobster and I get a Bahama Mama. That Bahama Mama is so good. It got a shot in there. But that's about the only time I would drink something that, you know, with alcohol in it, probably something like that. You know, I barely really, you know, would drink. Casually, yeah, but I don't get drunk. I don't get drunk. I'm not a heavy drinker. So the doctor said, you don't even drink? No. He was like, do you have with women? Do you lay with women? I'm asking this. I told the doctor, no, I'm not having sex right now. I'm not sexually active right now. He was like, I mean, he said, you can tell me, I mean, between me and you ain't gonna say, listen, dude, I'm abstinence. If I tell you I'm abstinence, you know, for religious reasons. Oh, okay, yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, why? Because see, my mom planted me. When I was brought up, I wasn't brought up with you can be God fearing and still be in the bed when you ain't married. I wasn't raised that way. This new culture, this is why I get counseled because this culture says you can be God fearing and be in the bed with somebody with your leg wide open, having casual. A lot of women believe that you can be God fearing in men and they God fearing and they want to God fearing men. They want to God fearing men. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised holiness without should no man see God. I was raised if you're not married, you're supposed to be in that bedroom. That's how in the 70s and the 80s, the church I grew up in, that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? So that seed was planted in me. Look at me today. You know, even the doctor was like shocked to see a man like me, no drug, no alcohol, not even having sex. Come on now. See what I'm trying to tell y'all? But that seed that my mama planted in me, my mama planted that seed in me, and look what it producing. When you raising kids, when they little, you are planting seeds in them. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad. And this is why we got men a world full of men who are narcissistic and they don't know how to treat women, they don't know how to lead because their mama have not held them accountable. My mama hold me accountable. And that's why I am today. You know, my mama ain't let me do what I want to do. And she co-signed on my food. You know what I'm saying? And so now we got a world full of mama boys out there. And I want to talk about signs you are dealing with a mama boy. And you meet his mom, and his mom do not like you for no reason at all. That is a mama's boy. You ain't done nothing wrong to this woman. Y'all had dinner together, and all of it, you know, and she don't like you. That you are raising a mama boy. My mama and my ex-wife, before my mama died, they were like, my mama, that was her daughter to her. They were like this. They were like this. My other girlfriend, they were like that. That's how my mama was. If you a good woman to her son, my mama gonna love you like you her daughter. My mama ain't gonna hate you for no reason. But whenever a woman hates you for dating that son and you ain't did nothing wrong, that's the number one sign. And when you see these signs, don't keep going with it. Don't say he gonna change. You don't. And see, women, y'all try to, and your job to fix that. Your job is to do what, assess the situation and to approve or reject. Period. And you see this side right there, this man, mama don't like you for no reason. I'm telling you now, you gonna catch hell with that man and with them and with his mama. So you're not gonna be happy with that right there. Don't go any further. She don't like you for no reason at all. You ain't done nothing to her. She ain't trying to connect with you. Mm-mm. She don't want you around her son. She don't think you good enough for her son. Nobody ain't gonna be good enough for her son. She want her son to be single because she want her son to be to herself. Hell, these days she might be even with the son. You don't even know these days. Child, golly. You know what I'm saying? But that's the number one sign right there that his mama not gonna like you, and you ain't did nothing wrong. Y'all just met, and you try to like her. You know what I'm saying? You try to be friend with her, but she don't like you. That's the number one sign. That's one of the signs. That's the first sign you need to look for right there. You dealing with a mama boy. You know. The second sign is if his mama take up for him when he do wrong. Y'all get into a disagreement, to an argument, and he wrong, but his mama already calling you, taking up for him. For an example, I had a situation where a woman would date a man, and the man tried to get some banana pudding from her, and she told him no. She not getting him no banana pudding. He kept trying. She kept telling him no, turning her down. So one time he got mad, called her a B. So she broke up with him. So he started sending flowers and begging and begging and begging. She kept saying no, 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 no. Then all of a sudden, his mama called. Girl, how you doing? I'm doing good. Listen, I want to talk to you about my angel. Your son just called a woman a B and you call him an angel? I can't stand women like that. I can't stand women like that. Get on my darn nerve. How you want somebody to treat you like a queen, but you let your son call him B, you gonna take up for him? You gonna take up for him? That's why I say I can't be no woman, because I'll be like, listen, man, you and your angel. What I really want to say, y'all can go kiss. My black, you know what? That's what that'll be on my head. Your angel will kiss my. But, ma'am, I'll be nice. Ma'am, you and your angel go kick rock somewhere. I would never, ever in my life date your son again. Have a good life, sir. Ma'am. Click, hang the phone up. Now, don't be like me. Don't be like me. That's just the way I am. I don't see. You gotta learn what advice to take from me, what not to take. That's just how I am. I don't tolerate foolishness for nobody. That's just me. Take off your son, get out my face. You and your son going somewhere, and I would never talk to you again. You and your son again. I can't stand people who do not hold their children accountable. You let me call my ex-wife or my ex-fiance a beat, and they call my mama. My mama, boy, I ain't raised you like that. But you never call no girl no out of name. That kind of mama that I had. That's why I'm the man at the end of the day. That's why I know how to treat women. That's why I know how to lead, because my mama did not let me do what I want to do. So when you dating a man, his mama call him begging for you to take him back and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling y'all, boy, I don't see so much stuff with these mothers. Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Another situation. The girl was dating this guy, church guy. Daddy pastor, mama first lady. So they were dating, and they had went somewhere to a park on a date by themselves, and they had got lost or something like that. And the guy started stabbing at the girl, yelling at the girl, real violent. She knew right then and there something wrong with this guy. So she couldn't got mama calling her, what happened with you and my son? So she allowed somebody calling me. Excuse me. So she allowed the godmother to talk her back with her son. They ended up getting married, and it was the worst marriage she ever had. She was just getting dragged in the mud, dragged in the mud. I said to myself, if Jeff would have did start letting people talk, get back with their son. All she had to do was tell, ma'am, listen, I don't want to be with your son no more. But y'all women, y'all sit right there, okay. And I understand you women, y'all very forgiving, y'all like giving chances, but that's one thing a lot of y'all gotta work on. Because in this generation, people they're gonna prey on you on that, and they're gonna take advantage of you. Let your no mean no, and your yay mean. When you see stuff like that in the beginning, a man is being violent towards you, yelling at you, and her intuition was telling her that this man is an abusive man. And then what he started doing when they got married, he started putting hands on him. She go to his mama take up for him. These are pastors in the church. His dad was the pastor, his mama the first lady. He put his hands on the woman. She go to his mama. The mama don't say nothing to the son. Oh, baby, you gotta pray for him. You gotta pray for a man. Sometimes men don't go like us women. I don't want to hear all that there. Don't. She was going to leave him at one point. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't get a divorce. God hate divorce. Yeah, but God also hate for a man to be hitting on a woman. On his wife. Not a woman, but his wife. You see what I'm saying? All this stuff could have been avoided in a woman's life if she just would do what she was going to do in the first place. Anyway, she was telling her, do not marry that man. She saw this man violent side. She saw this man who snapped at her for nothing one day. She called it off. And guess what? She let his mama, talk her back into being with her son. So whenever you see a woman taking up her son, that's a mama boy. Another sign is if you see any form of like entitlement, narcissistic behavior, uh, controlling and manipulation, that 9 times out of 10 he's a mama boy. I can be coaching a client and they tell me how they man is. If I see like narcissist traits, he do this, he do that, da da da. I always ask him. I say, well, I want to ask you something. The old coach Rod, his mom spoiled him. It never fails. A woman could be sitting there and scrap me, cause he a narcissist, he abusive, he do this, da 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 da. This thing, and I knew right. I say, well, how the relationship between him and his mom? It never fails. Never fails. Whenever you deal with a man who got narcissistic traits, not all the time, you're a mama boy. And I'm trying to tell y'all, you don't want to deal with no mama boy. Mama boys, I'm trying to tell y'all, trust me, you going to get here with that man, and they're going to drive you crazy. They're going to drive you crazy if you let them. So when you see these signs, the mama taking up for him, the mama don't like you see narcissistic traits. Another sign is he feels like he's entitled. That's a sign right there. Another sign is toxic masculinity. Just toxic masculinity. You know, a lot of times they get that from their mom, how they was raised. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not blaming women. I'm telling y'all from what I know, from what I experienced in coaching. you know, I know I'm gonna get another man blaming women for everything. Tell you what I know. My experience in my life, the reason why I got well-mannered kids, because I choose to have kids from women who have some type of morals about themselves, who not perfect like nobody else, but who got enough morals to raise my kids up and to be respectable, well-mannered kids. You know, my daughter, she got some going for herself. She got a good job. You know, the only thing that I'm not happy about is the person that she chooses to date, but that's her decision. She grown. You know, I let her live her life. But other than that, she got something going for herself. You know, my son, My oldest son, he out of school. He going to school to be a mechanic. He's still working on a job. He got something going for himself. No drugs, none of that stuff. I ain't got to worry about none. Him getting arrested, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And my baby son, smart, good grades, school stuff like that. Quiet, never get in trouble in school. Never, none of that. I ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I chose to sleep with women who have some type of morals about themselves, who have some type of character about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I could have been a dopehead, and my kid would have still been straight because of their mother. Mothers play a parent. Fathers do too. Don't get me wrong, but mothers play a good role in the child life as well. In child, we need both. I'm not saying we don't need both, but the mother is very important. If you don't believe me, read the Bible. It's better than the scripture. Mothers giving their son wisdoms. It's better than the scripture. What I'm telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing we got to realize when you're dealing with these men who entitled, who got toxic masculinity, controlling. Their mama take up for them. The mama don't like you. We all do this stuff. Don't marry the men like that. I have known women marry these men. Marry these men. Sign be ready in your face. That woman who married that man mama and daddy was a pastor. I mean, her life, she finally got a divorce, but she caught hell in that marriage from her mother-in-law and her son. She caught hell. Even when she went and filed for a divorce, her mother-in-law still fighting her. Her mother-in-law going behind her back doing things to her. You don't want to be dealing with this type of behavior. So if you see these signs, back off. So you know what? Not for me. One thing about women, y'all try to fix stuff. Y'all try to fix stuff. Don't try to fix. You can't fix a man. You can't fix his problems. As a woman, all thing you can do is just say, you know what? I'm gonna let somebody else deal with that right there. I'm gone. I know you want to get married, but you better off being single. Then it be with somebody and be with a mama's boy. Be with somebody who mama gonna take up for him. Another sign too, he gonna always compare you to his mama. He gonna always compare you to his mama. You know, mama this, mama that. My mama cook better than you. My mama this here. My mama this here. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm coaching. I get this stuff in coaching all the time. And one situation, this man, my client, cause I like to crack on people, so I had my client laughing one time. She met a guy, again, very narcissistic, abusive. Men who put hands on women, that's a sign too, that a lot of times they get mama. Verbally abusive and all that stuff, And she was telling me that, he was like 5'2", and fat. So she said one day he called me on a treadmill because she had to broke it off with him because she saw that, sent the foods with his mama and all this stuff, The mama don't like her for no apparent reason. So he called her on the treadmill, telling me something. You got me on a treadmill, working out for you, and you acting like this here. Yeah, you the reason why I'm like this and all this here. I'm saying she the reason why. You the reason why. Your mama the reason why you like that right there. Not don't blame the girl here. And then he was saying, I need a good woman like you to help me to teach me how to be a real man. How to stand up to my family, my mama and them. This how a lot of mama boys think. I said, you want her to teach you how to be a real man, how to stand up to your family and your mama? I'd have been like, boy, if you don't get out my doggone phone, click. But that's how they are. He want this woman, good woman, to teach him how to be a man. Boy, if you don't get no balls for your own self, a woman ain't got time for that right there. But this is how a lot of those men is. They will blame you. If you don't want to be with them, it's your fault. They're never gonna see that their mama is the problem. Your mama, that man who I just talked about, one of my clients, a little short fat man, his mama gonna keep his butt single. Cause if I had a mama like that right there, if I see somebody I wanna be with, and she fine, and she pretty, and she my type, like as far as girlfriend and got good character, I don't care. Mama, listen, I'm gonna marry her right there. I don't care if you don't like her. That's my wife. As long as she treat me good. Now, if the woman don't disrespect my mama, we cool. But if my mom don't like her because she thinks she's not good enough for me and all this stuff, and my girl ain't done nothing wrong to my mama, I'm married. Listen, mama, this is my wife. You gonna respect my wife. You might not like her, but you respect my wife. If you don't like my wife, holidays, guess what? My wife ain't coming. If my wife ain't done nothing wrong to my mama, and I know the situation. I know I got a good woman. I know my wife, my girl, like my mom. She talked to my mom. My mom don't like her. She sent flowers on Mother's Day. My mom don't like her. Guess what? I ain't stupid. I know what's going on. I'm gonna choose my wife. Like this is my wife. So when holidays, I let my mom know. When holidays come, I'll give you a call, but we're not coming over. If you don't, we won. If you don't like my wife, mom, sorry, mom, I love you. I love you, but I gotta love you from a distance. This is my wife. That's what a real man would do. So when you dating a man, relationship with a man, if your mama don't like you, if he don't stand up for you, girl, leave that man alone. I'm trying to tell y'all, when a real man wants you, when he like what he see, and he know you're a good woman, a real man gonna stand up for you, his mama, anybody, his family, his daddy. If his family don't like you, his sister don't like you, guess what? When the hard day come, he not gonna be. He gonna be. He not gonna be. He gonna be with her family. When a real man love a woman, when a man love a real man love a woman, trust me, he ain't gonna let nobody come. He ain't gonna let nobody disrespect you. Ain't the only man like this. He gonna fight for. He gonna fight his own family. So you with a man, sis, and this man ain't fighting for you, and you ain't did nothing wrong. You know you ain't did nothing wrong to his mama, and he ain't stand up to his mama in a nice way. I mean, he ain't got to cuss his mama out. But I say, mom, listen, mom. That's who I want to be with. Either you gonna like her, that's who I want to marry. Coming around for holidays, he'll probably call and check up on her. You know, say he'll go around, check up on her, but he not bringing right around her. Cause listen, cause they don't go two, they're one, and it shouldn't be the same way on the other side. If a woman mother don't like her husband, or dad don't like her husband, it should be the same way on both sides. But we talking about mothers on Mother's Day. Talking about mothers, mama boys. You know what I'm saying? If that man really love you, he gonna stand up for you, sis. If this man chooses mama over you, you gotta fight with his mama. Leave that man alone. He don't love you. He ain't no real man. He ain't no real man. One thing about a real man will put anybody in the place by his girl. Real man in the place by his wife. You know what I'm saying? So when you dating a man, look at these signs. Look at if you see any one of these signs, you gonna cut chair with that man. And if a real man, he gonna let his mama know like this my wife here. I'll marry that. Even if they weren't married, if they were just dating a relationship, he'll say, you know what? I'm gonna marry that girl right there. And he ain't gonna let nobody get in his way. When a man want a woman, when a man want to marry somebody, when he like what he see, nobody gonna get in his way. No best friend, no mom, no daddy, ain't nothing gonna stop that man from marrying you, sir. You know what I'm saying? So if a man ain't got that mentality about you, you ain't the one for him. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, you gotta do an assess situation, approve or reject. Say, you know what, brother, you your mama, y'all can go ahead and have each other. I'm gone. I don't want to hear it. I'm gone. I'll be better by myself. You know what I'm saying? So watch his behavior, man. Because them signs gonna be right in y'all face. The signs gonna be right in y'all face. And a real mama won't do nothing. A real mother, she would not. A real mama, when her son got a good woman, she know when her son got a good woman. A real mama, she'll let her son know if her son do her he right wrong or woman wrong. His son, the mom gonna let him know, but you got to do a good woman, boy. It's just like a situation where this man I watched, he was saying to his wife he didn't want to get married, you know, told her to just go ahead and leave. He didn't want to get married. So they broke up. The girl left. The woman left. What happened to so and so? He said, well, mom told her that I didn't want to get married. I told her to go ahead on. And mom said, boy, you making a fool out of yourself. That's your wife. That's a good mother. That's your wife, boy. Go get your wife. And he said he went and married his wife, and they married. They married. A woman know when her son got a good woman. She know. And if she a real woman, she gonna be happy. She gonna support her son, and she gonna try to be close to that woman because she know. Women know women. Women know women. So, Queen, watch out for these times, man. Don't try to fix the problem. Don't try to change it. Don't try to make him be a man. Don't help him to I need you to help me be a real man. No, no. You can't raise a man. You can't raise a man. So you can't raise a man to be a boy from boy to man. Your mama should have did that. Ain't your job to raise no man. Your job to support that man, help that man, respect that man, but ain't your job to raise no man. Y'all try to raise these men. Y'all try to help, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all try to be the man therapist and counselor. A man who got a man who a mama boy, he need counseling. A mama boy need counseling. He need therapy. He need therapy. Cause his mama got his head so screwed up. And it never failed. Every woman that I coach, not every, but the majority of women I coach that was narcissists, the men that was narcissists and controlling and violent to a women, it never fails. Go back to how they was raised. I always ask them, how about his mama? They always tell me that be the reason, that be the source right there. They always tell me, go right, his mama spoil him. Yep, yep. It never fails. So be careful out there, lady. Happy birthday to all the mothers out there, man. I know it's not easy being, a mother. I want to say thank y'all mothers for being good mothers. Have been amazing mom. Especially the single mothers out there really doing y'all thing. But mamas are the real MVP, good mothers, man. I thought about Moses' mama and how Moses, how she did what she did for Moses, how Moses was born, and I was like, wow, that's a good mama. There's a lot of good, amazing women who, good mothers. You know, y'all excuse me. I'm just young, but y'all excuse me. But again, to y'all, your Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. I tell y'all, boy, ain't nothing like a good mama. Ain't nothing like a good mama. And like I said, the first Mother's Day that my mama was not here, but I love her. I love her, man. I love her. And if I could do it over again, I would spend more time with my mom. You know, I was busy job trucks over the road, out weeks and months at a time. But if I could do it over again, man, I would, spend more time with my mom, man. That's one thing I do regret that I didn't spend enough time with her before she left. But she was a good mother. She was a good mother. Disciplined, loved me, you know, corrected me when I'm wrong, but showed me love, and I need to be loved, you know. But anyways, let me get off for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. I just want to get this little Mother's Day message. Let y'all know, mama boys, leave them alone, sis. Leave them alone. You ain't got time to raise no boy, no man. You know, that's one of the worst men you could ever date. And somebody put it in the comment last night. I said, let me talk about that right quick. But anyway, hey, God bless y'all. Y'all stay safe. Have a Mother's Day. Enjoy your day. Spend time with your family, whatever. Eat. If your mother's here, man, love your mom. Love your mom. If y'all ain't talking right now, please try to make it right with your mother, man. Cause you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Just try to talk it out with your mother, man. You don't want to be when she gone. You're gonna miss her. You know. You don't want to have no regrets. Like I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. It's gonna be too late. All right. But hey, God bless y'all. Talk to y'all soon.